on the long journey. Always he walks straight.
We're a lost people in the world of the white man. We must adopt his cunning or perish. That is why you, who are now chief, have been taught the white man learning.
That is left to our tribe only the gold hidden in our hair. This is the robe of your fathers.
It is lined with the feathers of the eagle.
The eagle is strong and wise.
The feathers are soft. They signify love.
Therefore, be strong and wise. Love and protect your people.
Come in. Oh, hello, Moya. Well, I'm glad to see you. Well, are we going to be partners and work that gold mine of yours?
No.
Why not? Haven't I always been your friend?
I have talked with the wise ones of my people. They do not believe you walk straight.
They don't. Well, they don't understand these things. They haven't been to school like you have. We'll just forget them. You and I'll handle this.
I must listen to my people.
Why, you're the smartest man in the tribe. We both know that. What do you say we stop this nonsense and get down to business?
No.
All right, Moya. But I have an idea you're going to change your mind and probably tell me all I want to know about that hidden mine of yours.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
How'd you make out?
Round up the boys and go to work.
Right away.
Guess the boss will be glad to see this fellow.
Well, if you're asking me, I'd rather have that horse than a dozen Indians.
Yeah, except the horse can't tell us what we gotta know.
Miss, mighty close. You ain't got a drink on you, have you, Doc?
No. You ain't got a drink on you, have you, Bert?
No.
You ought to grease them wheels.
Wheels nothing. Is that walleye galoot we picked up at Tucson. Somebody must have dropped a nickel in it, and he's been making noises ever since.
Does your tooth still hurt you?
It isn't my tooth. It's my teeth. All of them.
Well, there's no need to suffer like this. There's a doctor up on the driver's seat.
Better wait and look up a good dentist at Madrone.
Right on this coach is the finest doctor and dentist in Arizona.
Better wait.
Oh, Bert, would you stop a minute, please?
Hey, there's a sick man down there. You better pull up.
Huh. He was sick when he got on.
No two ways about it. It's got to come out. Hey, who's What is that? Yours or mine? Mine. Are you sure, Doc? Why, there's a hole in there big enough for a gopher to live in. Oh! Looks to me like it's your second left. Maxillary bicuspid. Oh! Now open. Open. Hey, Bert! Wait a minute!
What for?
You got to pull this man's tooth!
I'm late now. Put it on the run.
Now, open wide, so they can't get to it from the outside. Wider, please. Hey, who's pulling this tooth?
Well, I was just watching, Doc.
Well, get back there and give me the elbow room, because I may need strength on this one. This is worse than trying to catch an eel in a tub full of soft soap. Now, you run her back just as far as you can. 1, 2, 3. Hurt me worse than it did you, son. Hey, put on your watch chain. Well, I guess I'll go up top there where I can get more air. Thanks, Doc. Here you go. I'm loose now. Here it comes.
How'd you make out?
Phew. All right. And I'm fairly sure I pulled the right one.
I told you to wait till we got to town. That's what you get for monkeying with a mule, Doctor.
That mule doctor happens to be my father.
Oh, well, maybe you don't know what I mean. It's a noble profession.
Nice trip, Bert. I know that's a funny thing. We're up here from Tucson. How are you there, Doc?
Hello, Chet.
Mighty glad to see you. 2 weeks is a long time to be away from your prospective bridegroom.
Oh, we had a grand time, though. Dead.
Well, if you call looking at every petticoat and thingamajig in every store in Tucson a grand time, then we did. But I tell you, I'm mighty grateful that I've only got one daughter to pick out a wedding outfit for. Oh. Yes?
Oh, welcome to Madrone, Mr. Gale.
Thanks.
I'm Fordyce Mortimer.
Mortimer here's a student from the East. He wanted some field experience, so I brought him along. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, of course not. Glad to have you, Mr. Mortimer.
Thank you, sir.
I suppose you and Mr. Belding got acquainted on the trip.
Oh, yes, yes.
Mr. Gale is out here to help me. He's a mining engineer and quite an authority.
He seems to be quite an authority on doctors, too. Mule doctors.
Mule doctors?
Mr. Gale had the impression that you were one.
Man and boy, 40 years I've been on my job and never been called in by a mule yet.
Well, you may be. Any time now.
Well, come along, Judy. I expect half the town's waiting for me to get back.
Well, we go inside.
Mr. Kasedon, what are your instructions?
Here are some rough maps of the mountains. Now, they're not very complete, but I suggest you study them and get ready to pack and begin your search. Now, these are the Superstition Mountains. Somewhere up there is the richest gold mine in this section of the country.
All we have to do is find it.
That's your job. Oh, the mine is there, all right. The Indians know about it.
Is it nugget or quartz?
Both. But apparently the Indians over a period of years have picked up all the free gold.
Well, does the mine belong to the Indians?
You know how those things are. It belongs to the first white man who finds it. We used to have quite a nation of Indians in this territory, but they're dying out. And those who remain are a nuisance, suspicious of all white men.
You can't blame them for that.
Well, we've got something to say about it. The future of this community depends upon the proper development of its resources.
Pardon me, but would you mind telling me what this is?
That's an Indian war club.
Well, what do they do with it?
Why, they hit people on the head with it. That's the way they settle their disputes.
Thank you.
Of course, I needn't remind you, this may mean a fortune for both of us.
How many times do they hit you with those things?
Just once.
Oh? Oh. How could I have a toothache anymore? He pulled it.
You've got lots of teeth, and several of them are aching.
I'm not gonna do it. Why should I take a chance on losing another tooth just because you want to see that girl again?
Now listen, Ford. You're a friend of mine, aren't you?
Yes, I am, but I haven't any...
All right. You don't mind helping me out. It can't hurt you.
Well, it did before. So you don't know how strong that old doc is. Friendship or no friendship, I positively will not go in there.
Your poor friend seems to have an awful lot of trouble with his teeth.
Yeah, it's a funny thing. There seems to be a definite strain of toothache running through his family.
Oh, and I suppose you came along to be helpful.
Well, to break out with the plain truth of the matter, I'm going up into the mountains tomorrow.
Not till tomorrow.
Thanks. And I knew you'd think it strange if I didn't drop around and say goodbye.
I don't think I would have noticed it.
Oh, probably not at first, but as the days passed, it would have grown on you. You see, I couldn't leave knowing you'd feel that way about it.
You always worry like this about young ladies?
First time in my life I've ever been concerned. And it really troubles me. Maybe you'd better play something. Just for me. I know a better one.
Engineer.
That's the way you make me feel.
You don't affect me that way. It's still that.
I was afraid of this.
Afraid of what?
I've fallen in love. Poor fellow. It'll be pretty rough on him.
What?
When he finds out you're going to marry me.
The pure mountain air will help you.
Why don't you change that ring to your thumb?
Why should I?
Well, from now on, it won't mean anything to you on that finger.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Just a minute.
Doc, what was in that? I swallowed it.
Sheep dip. Best thing in the world for you. Must have been your imagination. I can't find anything in the world wrong with you.
I haven't any imagination.
No? Well, maybe your friend has.
He has.
Miss Belting has convinced me I'm going to like this country. How are you feeling, Ford? All right?
Oh, fine, just fine. Maybe I can do the same for you sometime.
So you won't have to worry about him anymore.
You've done a great deal for both of us, Doctor. I'll drop in again the minute I get back to town. Good day.
Good day.
Good day, Doctor.
Good day.
Good day.
Pretty fast thinker. That's smart, that young engineer. Reminds me of a young fellow I used to know by the name of Belding. I sort of like him.
Well, I don't. He called you a mule doctor.
Oh, Gale. This is my brother, Glenn.
Glad to know you. How are you?
I'm Fordyce Mortimer.
Glad to know you.
How do you do?
As I told you, Glenn considers himself an authority on the Superstition Mountains. He just volunteered to act as your guide for a few days while you look the country over.
Thanks. I hope you don't get tired of the job. No, I won't.
Well, I'm just dying to get into those mountains. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Wait a minute.
He was about to attack me and my horse.
Not him. He's just a gopher snake. He wouldn't hurt you. See? He's perfectly harmless.
Well, he doesn't look it.
These things catch gophers and bugs. It's against the law to kill one of them. In fact, out here, it's about the only thing it is against the law to kill.
Yeah? Well, I still don't like the look in his eyes.
Have it your own way, Moya. I'm in no particular hurry. That gold isn't going anyplace, and you're not going anyplace either. That is, until you tell me where I can find the mine.
He'll talk yet. Well, he ain't said nothing in 3 days. And if you ask me, a mule would talk quicker.
Oh, he'll come around. Besides, I've got another angle.
I'll slice some more bacon, Randy.
There's enough there for 6 men.
Oh, I'm so hungry I could eat our pack horse.
It's a good thing we're going back to town tomorrow. The way you're eating, there won't be any supplies left.
Well, I've got an appetite now that you promised to get me out of here in the morning.
I thought you were crazy about this country.
Oh, I am. I am, but you know, I don't like the way those Indians followed us this afternoon.
You wouldn't let a few redskins scare you, would you?
Indians mean nothing in my life. Did you know that my great-grandfather drove the Redskins out of Kentucky? Well, we're born Indian fighters, we Mortimers. I don't know, I guess it's just in the blood.
Mountain belong to Indians. White man go back.
Sure, you're absolutely right. We were just about to leave. Of course these Indians belong to you mountains. Mountains, yes. Me and my family have been a friend of the red men for 100 years. Maybe 200 years. He acts like he didn't understand a word I said. Glenn, explain it to him, will you? Tell him we're getting in, or out. Go on, tell him.
Well,
I'm leaving you boys here. I've got to ride by my ranch and see how things are going. Besides, I've got some big business in Queen City tonight.
Is she pretty?
Plenty.
How are we going to get out of these Indian-infested mountains without you?
You just follow that trail and you can't help it. I'll see you in a couple of days.
Thanks. Goodbye.
Come on.
Whoa. Hey!
Aren't you taking the wrong trail?
All trails lead out of these mountains, and right now that's my life's ambition.
Where are you heading for?
We're trying to get out of these mountains. We work for Mr. Chet Kasedon.
What do you do for Kasedon?
We're finding a mine for him. And we've got important news.
Are you them mining engineering fellas?
That's right.
And your news is important?
Oh, very important.
Well, I can save you a trip to town.
You'll find the boss right up this trail a ways.
Thanks. What do you want to do? Kill him?
No, I'm trying to get some information.
What sort of information?
Moya here knows where our mine is.
Let him go. I'll get it in my own way.
I brought you out here as a mining engineer, Gale. Now, if you don't like the way I'm running my business, get out.
All right. I will.
Very well. I'll be down in my office a little later and settle up with you.
Get going.
How do you suppose those fellows found their way in here?
They must have just stumbled across us.
Yeah. It'd be funny if those two boys stumble over a cliff.
I figured you'd think of that. See the boss?
Sure, we saw him. Everything is just dandy. Hey, where you going? That's not the way back.
Come on and keep quiet.
Hey, back to camp. Kingston wants to see you.
Say, I want to get out of these mountains.
So do I. But I have a feeling Kasedon hopes we'll meet with an accident. There goes your accident.
Well, I never thought that mining would be anything like this. Isn't there anybody on our side?
Come back here.
What's the matter now?
We're staying here till after dark.
Well, what for?
There's something I want to attend to before I get out of these mountains.
Well, I was hoping to die of old age like normal people.
I can't figure out how we missed them, fellas.
Maybe they're smarter than the boss thinks they are.
Some people can do a lot of thinking without it showing.
Better not go any closer, Ford.
You'd better not either.
I think I can work my way into camp on the other side there.
Hey, do I have to stay here alone? Hey. Whoa. Whoa.
Hey, Barney, what time is it?
I'll go to sleep.
Knock again, louder.
Oh, it's you and your toothache, huh?
Knock again. Doctor!
Hey, if you don't get out of here, I'll pull every tooth out of your head.
A man's been hurt.
But why didn't you say so? Fetch him in. He's pretty badly cut up. Where'd you find him?
Up in the mountains.
And you brought an Indian all the way down here?
I brought a human being who needed quick attention.
Hmm? What happened? Tribe punish him?
No, a white man.
Oh.
Because he wouldn't tell the location of the mine his people own.
Maybe that was the mine that you were supposed to find, huh?
Yeah. But Kasedon thought this was a quicker way.
Chet Kasedon?
Yeah. A friend of yours, isn't he?
Of course, I can understand how you feel about a thing like this, but you've got to remember this is a new country out here. Pretty hard to tell who owns what. But somebody's going to win, and somebody's got to lose.
This is no way to win.
Well, we make up our own rules as we go along.
They might not be very good ones.
Well, maybe not, but we got to believe in them.
I'm Fordyce Mortimer, friend of the mountains and the Indians.
How many toothaches does this make?
Oh, Miss Belding. Toothaches?
Well, if it isn't a toothache, what is it?
Oh, a fella got hurt.
Randy? Or was it Mr. Gale?
Oh, no. No, it's just an Indian fella. Something fell on him. Fell on him several times.
Ah, come on, Doc. How can you stand up for a man that would do a thing like this?
Here. You go on out to the kitchen and get me a bowl of hot water.
Doc wants you to bring him some hot water from the kitchen.
I'll get it.
No, let him. The kitchen.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you told him yet about me coming into your life?
Told whom?
The chap you became engaged to.
I don't think Chet Kasedon would be interested in your thoughts in the matter.
Kasedon?
Yes. Your new boss. Oh, that rather complicates things for you, doesn't it?
No. That straightens everything out completely.
Well, that being the case, I can rest much easier. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, that's the trouble with Indians. You can't tell him nothing. He's just like all the rest of them.
What's the matter?
Well, you ought to stay around where I could look after him for a day or so at least.
How about him, Moya?
I will go now. Thank you, Doctor.
I think Moya's right. He'll be safer among friends. How much do I owe you?
Well, I'm used to getting paid for my services. The shock might be too much. But as for being safer among friends, that might go for you too, young fellow.
I'll try to take care of myself.
And the hound don't do in the last day.
Is this the plant you want?
smells like a whole drugstore.
It is the drugstore of the Indian. Yerba buena. It will make me strong again. We need more.
But I've combed the whole desert.
Look in shady places, where the ground is moist and rocky.
Did you say moist? In this oven?
2 times before, we have almost lost the mine because of Kasedon. In white man's school, I learned the big lesson. Hurry.
That's us, all right.
The mine will no longer pay as the Indians work it. We need the way of the white man. Tomorrow, I will take you to the hidden mine. You will show us.
Well, we'll see what can be done about that later.
Now, don't be a pig. All I want is just a little bit of that for a friend, and then I can go away and you can stay here and raise your family in peace and quiet. Go on, shoo. Shoo, go home. Missed. Your aim's bad. Now, you crawl on off before I lose my temper. Yourself. Now, listen, you can't bluff me. I met your brother or your uncle or somebody up in the mountains, and he didn't make all this fuss. Now, crawl on off before I kick you. All right, if you want to play tough, that suits me. I offered you a chance to go on home, but now I'm going to throw you 20 feet, and I hope you get a stomachache.
You fool, that was a rattlesnake.
Oh, he didn't fool me. I knew him for what he was all the time.
Yeah, well, the next time you hear a zzz, you'd better start to jump.
Would you mind not making that noise?
I don't care where you've looked. I don't want any excuses. And don't come back until you found that Indian and Gale.
If you ask me, I got an idea they're hid out at the Indian village in the high country.
Then find the village and bring them out. No white man has ever seen that village yet. You'll find it.
Look at this. My. Pretty enough to make watch chains out of.
And it's all alike. The richest vein I've ever run across.
No wonder Kasedon had his heart set on it. You know, maybe we should have joined up with him.
I'll mention your preference to Moya. I don't think he likes you very well anyhow.
Oh, now listen, Randy, you know I was only joking.
Indians haven't much humor.
You know, I was thinking of that. Do you suppose that Moya's outfits still carry their scalping knives?
Why not?
Well, how many of the tribe is Moya bringing with him from the village?
Oh, quite a bunch.
Well, that's a lot of Indians. Especially if they decide that Moya did wrong in bringing us to their mine. You know, Randy, I like Moya. Fine type of Indian.
Smart, too. He can almost read your thoughts.
Hello, Moya. Certainly glad to see you. We sure did miss you, didn't we, Randy?
Hello, Moya.
This is Draco. His name means he is fast, like the wind. He is your horse.
Thanks.
My people raise this breed of horse, and only men of my tribe can own them. In saving my life, you have become one of us.
I'm glad to be your friend, Moya.
Excuse me. I'm Fordyce Mortimer.
We've got a rich mine if this assay proves what I think. And we won't have any trouble getting money to develop it.
I trust you.
Thanks. And don't worry about Kasedon. Will you be here when I get back?
Yes. White men have never been to the village of my people. If ever you need to come there, give Draco his head. He will know the way.
Right.
beautiful. But why did you stop? What's the matter, Judy? What's come over you lately?
Oh, please don't imagine things, Chet. Nothing's the matter.
I suppose it is natural for a girl to be nervous just before her wedding.
Of course.
Well, the whole town's excited about it. You'd think they were getting married instead of us.
I'm tired, Chet, if you don't mind.
Starting in to give orders already. Well, you won't have any trouble breaking me into harness. Good night, dear. I'll see you tomorrow.
Good night, Chet.
Now, I sure hope these fit, because Grandma Perkins swears she's going to bite me with the next one that hurt her. Chet went home a little bit early, didn't he?
Oh, he probably had some work to do at the office.
Oh. You know, weddings are something like the measles.
Measles?
Yeah, you got to have them once to get used to them. Say, by the way, you didn't invite that fella Gale, did you?
No.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, he's nice enough. All that, you know, but runs around with Indians so much you couldn't have him in the house.
Well, why not?
Why not? Why, Judy, you just couldn't, that's all.
Well, what have Indians got to do with it?
Oh, I'm so sorry, hon. I didn't know that you liked him.
Will you please stop imagining things? I don't like him.
Yeah, and I hope you do, Fit. Hope you do, Fit.
And I'll make it worth your while to give us a quick report on these.
Well, it looks very promising. Very promising. Come back about 9.
All right, we'll be here.
Well, there's nothing like being ready, even at your own wedding.
Oh, I'm always ready. What is it, Winters?
A friend of yours is in town, Gale. He brought along samples that'll run better than 1,000 to the ton.
That means the Indian took him to the mine.
I've got you to thank for that.
He's coming back to my place at 9.
That's fine, Winters. Thank you very much. I won't forget you. Get busy. I want to see Gale in the morning, and I think we'll learn the location of that mine.
Well, if there's much of this stuff, you struck it rich. Can't run less than 1,000 gold to the ton.
That's all I wanted to know. Thanks.
Please be careful with that gun. It may be loaded.
It is loaded. Get moving.
Mind telling me what this is all about?
Oh, glad to be accommodating. Kasedon wants to see you.
All right, where is he? Let's get it over with.
Guess you'll have to wait till morning. He's busy getting married right now.
Married?
Sure, ain't no law against it in this state.
Go easy.
Oh, I'll go easy, Ma. Oh, here's the groove. Well, congratulations, Chet. You're getting the sweetest woman in this here whole territory.
Thank you, Bob.
We'll be hung, sure. Oh, listen, I'm only 19, but I've had experience. No woman's worth being hung for. Let's go.
Oh, shut up.
You look like your ma in that rig, honey. Look here, Judy. I got an idea this whole thing is a mistake.
Your idea's a little late, isn't it?
Oh, ain't sure.
Well, I am.
Patient to see you, Doc. He's out back.
Reckon he's got a bellyache. Well, so have I. Doggone 'em, they can't let me alone long enough to let me see my own daughter get married. Punch me.
I do. Listen, you old fuss budget, are you crazy?
Yeah.
You gotta stop that in there.
I can't.
Well, I can.
Hurry, Judy. There's the march. Oh, where's Dad? Waiting for you in his office.
Oh.
Daddy, what's the matter?
Window. I need air. Air.
Shh, be quiet. There's a wedding going on in there.
What happened?
What is it? I don't know. I asked Judy to open the window, and suddenly she disappeared.
I heard somebody scream.
Somebody stole the bride.
No.
Get some of your friends and ride toward Queen City in case they head that way.
There they are. We can catch them before they get to the summit.
I think I know where they're headed. I'll follow them. Go back and round up the boys. I may need them. White woman, squaw woman, just the same. Cannot tell which way they will jump.
Words of wisdom, Moya.
Would you mind taking me back to my father?
The last time I saw him, he was throwing you out of the house.
That's not true. You did it. And I hate you, both of you. Do you hear me? I hate you.
Mind giving me my coat? Pick that up.
I will not.
Are you going to pick that up?
You can't keep me here forever, you know. And when I get back, I'll...
Well, listen, Miss Belding, I tried to get Randy not to do this.
Oh, shut up.
Aren't you ashamed of yourself talking to a friend of mine like that? Where are your manners?
And you shut up, too.
Hey, that's my shirt and my breeches.
You're loaning them to Miss Belding.
Oh, Randy, I can't spare them.
Here, put these on. You'll be more comfortable.
I'm quite comfortable.
Well, put them on anyhow. I don't like to look at you in that outfit. And I'll give you 5 minutes. If you haven't changed by then, I'll figure you need help. We got a mine, a bonanza.
Bonanza is good.
Now we'll have to pull a few ton of ore out of here, then we can build our mill.
You need more men?
All we can get.
I will go to my village. I will bring many Indians.
I have a feeling that I'll never live to make use of my field experience.
Saddle up, one man. Where's they going?
I'm glad you like him. Maybe I'll give him to you when we get married. Moya says if you give him his head, he'll take you straight back to the Indian village. So if you or Kasedon never make it too hot for me, that's what I'm going to do. Say, I love you, Judith. And besides, breakfast is ready. I said breakfast is ready. How's the rabbit, Ford?
The best I ever tasted.
Which proves, Miss Belding, I'm not only a first-class mining engineer, but a great hunter. A good provider. Rabbit?
No.
I hate to do this, Ford, but Judith has refused our hospitality and she needs food. I'm afraid I'll have to resort to a bit of forceful feeding. Rabbit?
No.
Rabbit.
Rabbit.
Sure, rabbit.
Now, this isn't going to be easy. But take her time. Keep her under cover. You understand? What about Miss Judith? She's got sense enough to stay out of danger. If she hasn't, well, give me that gun.
Good, isn't it? Excuse me.
Your coffee, Miss Belding?
I don't want any coffee.
Look, Judith. Suppose just for 5 minutes you stop acting like a kid that needs a spanking. Here it is. A great, big, beautiful day, and we're way up here in the mountains together.
What more could we possibly ask?
Right. And so far, you haven't even thanked me for what I did for you last night.
What?
I mean it, Judith. Why, I might have been shot. Did you ever think of that? But I had to get on the job and stop you from spoiling your young life.
Your hero stuff doesn't interest me.
Just think what a mess it would have been. You married to Kasedon and all the time in love with me.
Well, such conceit.
Remember that night I brought Moya to your dad? I saw you weren't wearing Kasedon's ring. And did that hand me a wallop?
You deserve several wallops.
All right. What do you say we start with number 1? Get in there. What are you firing at?
Anything, anybody.
Don't be a fool. We haven't much ammunition.
Oh, why did I ever take up mining engineering?
Well, what's the idea? Might get hit with a bullet. Blow us to pieces. We can hold it off a while longer, Moya ought to be back with his men.
More bullets.
We only have a few left. Try to get to your village. Tell Moya. Hit him.
We'll be next. I told you no one was worth this.
There's the girl.
Slim, bring her back.
I can't stand this much longer. Carry on, Randy. They got me.
Hold it. Give me your gun.
It's empty. We're out of cartridges. That's the end of us.
Let's take them.
Make a break for it. Hurry up.
What are you doing, Ford?
Oh, I'm taking no chances, Doctor. You remember what happened at the last wedding.
Well, let somebody drive nails what knows how.